Figuring out a TV show to talk about in October can be challenging, and it's definitely true when going over a movie is very easy. Though there is one Nickelodeon cartoon about a boy who's half ghost, and ghosts are a popular thing that spook people, so Danny Phantom will be the program I discuss this year. Should I grab my highly advanced thermos to seal the show, or shall I allow it to roam across the globe and have it greet you? Either way, got this salient spoiler alert shield activated to keep you safe from the real fear. Lock and load your equipment because it's time for the ghost hunt. Hey, I'm Owen, the fiction fanboy, and here's my review on Danny Phantom. What's the main thing about Danny Phantom? Well, a teenager named Danny Fenton is the son of two ghost-obsessed parents who created a portal to an eerie place known as the Ghost Zone, and although Danny successfully dealt with the kinks, he ended up getting a ghost form, which he can transform into at will. The only people aware of this were his two closest friends, comic relief and techno geek Tucker Foley, and goth stand-upper for what she believes in, Samantha Sam Manson. He also has an older sister, Jasmine Jazz Fenton, who discovers Danny's secret, but hasn't joined the team yet. Danny doesn't have that many powers when he obtains his new form, but he can fly, disappear, possess humans, go through walls, float, and later he can create copies of himself, freeze things nearby, and even unleash a supersonic scream. And despite the portal not being a success, the Fentons still made other gadgets like the Fenton Thermos that keep ghosts contained, the Ghost Shield which prevents ghosts from reaching a specific side, and the Communicators. With his ghost abilities and the inventions, he fights creeps, those being the Hungry Lunch Lady Ghost, Running Gag Ghoul Box Ghost, Magical Genie Desiree, Maniacal Music Maker Ember McLean, Tech Savvy Techness, Hunter Skulker, Youthly Pirate Captain Youngblood, and there are many others, though his biggest nemesis is Vlad Masters, aka Vlad Plasmius. Some foes would join forces, increasing the amount of danger, and in special episodes, we get rare villains like the Halloween Fearbrainer Fright Knight, Poemist Ghost Rider, Ghost Cane Pariah Dark, and Dark Danny, who's from a future where Danny becomes evil after cheating on a huge test. As with other adolescent protagonists from various series, he has to balance his superhero life with his difficulties in high school, albeit getting bullied by sports boy Dash Baxter, needing good grades while in the presence of Mr. Lancer, a teacher and vice principal who tries to be hip and calls out the names of popular movies, needing to avoid embarrassment from his family, or hanging out with friends or someone to call his love life when not dealing with ghosts. There have been hints throughout the show that would suggest Danny and Sam would end up being an item, yet he, and a bunch of other boys, at first had more interest in Paulina, who's pretty and popular, but don't let her looks fool you, she is self-centered and a jerk. In fact, she loves Invisibill, that's a nickname for Danny Phantom, more than the young Fenton. And if having to battle ghosts wasn't already a hassle, Vlad provided Valerie Gray with ghost hunting accessories after her life went downhill because of ghosts. Shockingly, Valerie does eventually have feelings for Danny, which sadly wouldn't work out because they're rivals when it comes to protecting the town. Let's take a break from the characters and go over some of the other components of the show. Each episode has a short beginning, the theme plays, and each title card gives off the comic book vibe with the way the title and images are displayed. Plus, there's a little caption that informs on what kind of story the episode is. Also, if there are any guest stars, they will be credited alongside every other major contributor. Although the series starts each episode with the same formula, the events intertwine more and more as the series goes by. One example of this would be in Season 1, Danny became public ghost enemy number 1 when the strict Ghost Zone warden Walker invaded the human realm. Another example is in the last season where Vlad ran for mayor and he managed to get away with a cruel victory for a pretty long time, but not forever. Some other things to know is Vlad became a villain because he lost the woman of his dreams and got into a lab accident that gave him his ghost form. More and more is revealed, such as Sam's parents having a multi-purpose basement, Danny shockingly hates Christmas, Tucker is afraid of hospitals, and Danielle Phantom is Danny's cousin, who's really an experiment Vlad didn't have much of a heart for. It takes time for people to understand Danny's real purpose and identity, and he actually revealed himself in public twice throughout the show. The first time in the Season 2 finale, where he had this reality-themed adventure against Freak Show, and the show's conclusion where a disasteroid was heading towards Earth, and Danny felt like he had to give up his days of crime fighting when Vlad put up a new team of heroes and sought a normal life, disappointing his friends. Luckily, he knew he must reconsider when he was humanity's last hope, and Dan Mantha was official. I say this show is pretty splendid. The voice work from main and supporting voice actors David Kaufman, Gray Griffin, Ricky Deshawn Collins, Cree Summer, Martin Mull, Jim Ward, Tara Strawn, James Arnold Taylor, D. Bradley Baker, and guest stars John Cryer, Eric Roberts, Brian Cox, Will Arnett, and Mark Hamill are phenomenal. The animation is crisp, there have been funny moments on occasion, the theme song is darn catchy, and the enemies were entertaining. My drawbacks are that more than a handful of episodes end on bad notes, some jokes aren't funny, Danny's dad is too naive for me to handle, even his mom's expressions mirror my reaction to his idiocy. And while I didn't mind the series finale, it did leave me wanting more since Dark Danny only appeared in one episode, although his return was teased. Valerie doesn't face Vlad head-on after she discovered his dark side, and what became of Danielle? Danny Phantom was a blast that I truly enjoyed, so I am going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. This show is a fan favorite from the Slime Loving Company, and I don't see why it isn't, meaning this is the Nicktoon to watch for family-friendly frights. Go check it out on Paramount Plus if you haven't already, since I hope to see more cartoons like this in the future. The haunts are far from over. Please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications for more sweet treats. Also, comment below and follow me on Instagram for petrifying teasers and thumbnail previews of impending YouTube videos. They ain't sour tricks. Hasta la vista, and best of luck sleeping tonight-o!